We gonna scare them.
Hey, hello viewers.
And we're back. And we're back. Another day, another pair of movies.
Slay.
We're slaying, I guess. Did 2 films today with my baby. 2 different theaters. We had to do some fucking fast driving to get to the second one.
Yes, we were getting some serious road rage from these cars.
It's insane.
That's besides the point.
It's insane.
It's not what we're here for. We all experience road rage. We know what it's like. I'm stuttering even thinking about it. So, but you can go ahead and start.
Yeah, we went to go see. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Tectonity? I don't even know how to pronounce it. 20th anniversary of this movie. Boom. TEKKONKINKREET.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
What is it, the movie called?
You want me to stop the review? I don't even know.
Oh, never mind.
You want to try your
TEKKONKINKREET?
Something like that.
Okay.
20th anniversary. A little bummed because this was supposed to be no trailers, so we got trailers, but 2-day only event. Man, this was a beautiful animated film. You go first, baby. You go first.
Oh shit. It was a very, like, at first I told him, because I had another movie that I wanted to watch more seriously before this one, so I'm like, this is gonna be like a chill movie. I'm not even gonna take it that seriously. But it immediately caught my attention, like, because it's just, the story is so beautiful and it made me cry. I was crying for like 10 minutes straight. Like, I'm so serious, 10 minutes straight. It made me just think about my own life and reflect and like realize how the world can be brutal but beautiful at the same time. And like, you know, it talks a lot about like sibling love, and you know, the people that you love the most can also hurt you the most, and it just makes you be in this very philosophical state.
Definitely had me thinking of a lot of philosophy and the way of life, and the way it charters you through the adventure of pain and agony.
Yeah.
And you have to bleed to feel. I think, like I said as soon as I got out of the theater, I said this to my baby. I told her, Grave of Fireflies and this are probably like the 2 films that really
You want me to hold the camera?
No, I got it. Okay. I got it. That feel grounded to reality and the hurt of having a sibling and wanting to protect them. I think these 2 films can have like back-to-back features and have so much power for siblinghood. With the detail on the animation, from frame to frame, the intricacies of the city life, the culture, the way the streets are run by the actual people, not the Yakuza, not the fucking rich guy in the suit, or even the government in the suit, but by the people.
Exactly.
By the kids who run the city. Even if they have their own internal like struggles, they still somehow come together and like look out for each other.
And not to mention, like, even the main guys that were first controlling the city, we got more corporate level guys into the city, and like that made the guys that were already in charge be like, well, no, like, what about the people? Like, this isn't right. Like, they even got their mind shifted because of the situation, and it just shows you, like, you know, no one should ever have that much power and that much control over a city. Like, people should just be able to live freely and like not have someone like trying to hunt them down and like
dictate their
lives, or because they're a certain way they shouldn't be part of the city. You know, it's just like, it spoke a lot about real life. And
even 20 years later.
Yeah, like, and I came to find out that that movie came out a year after I was born. And not to mention, I thought the animation was really good. And I thought it was like one of the newest movies that came out, so that really surprised me.
And what it was the 4K remaster. This was a 4K remaster, so they took like the file and just made it look, enhanced it.
Okay, so it's not like the original.
It's the original movie, but they've been able to enhance it a lot better.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense because I thought it looked very advanced for it to come out in 2006.
Give me a sec.
There's a cop.
There's a cop.
You might want to put that phone away.
No, he pulled over the other guy over there. We're good. I had questions within our two protagonists, you know, our two siblings. I was wondering if the little one was developmentally challenged. And this was a display of
growing up with a sibling
who's developed and wanting to protect them, and the fact that like they lost their parents and have no way where the system supports them, so them having to be homeless. That said a lot too. Says a lot on society, but also the way we treat people with disabilities and developmental disabilities.
Oh, shoot.
You want to take up the whole space, big girl. Come on. And it's from 20 years ago, of the brink of collapse, and kind of even prophetically displaying that for us and showing us now, like, we're literally at the brink of collapse. Not like we're making mega cities like this big, but like we're so close, very close. What's another interesting thing? Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Another interesting thing was the concept of homelessness / possession, as in not possessing things, like holding on to anything, which is something that is also very necessary in this thematics of this movie. But I recently saw this Instagram video of this author talking about homelessness and this new way of thinking homelessness as being possessed by a demon.
Oh yeah, I saw your reaction when he said that. I was wondering what you were gonna say about that.
Yes.
Like, I wanted to ask you in the moment, like, why are you reacting like that?
Because I literally, I'll show the video here and I'll show you the video later.
I'm scrolling and minding my business, and I see this, and I said, what if what they call poverty is actually possession? I said, hold on, that's a thought. So then I went to the caption. I said, oh, this is my boy Sibo. Y'all know Sibo. For those of y'all who don't know Sibo Campbell wrote Sky Full of Elephants. So many people have talked about it. It's about it's about how life is after a major event. And the major event is all the white people in America walk to the nearest body of water and drown themselves. And it's a story of a father and his biracial daughter during this time. But that's not why we're here. Immediately went to the caption of that post, because that was a very thought-provoking question. And so I said, let me see what Sibo Campbell got to say. It reads, a few years ago, I walked past a homeless man on Flatbush Ave. He was unstable, sickly, arguing with thin air. I watched the man drool and spit, his body covered in scars, marks, looked no different to me than the possessed people I saw in movies. I asked myself, what if what we call poverty and what we call possession were the same thing? What if something sinister has been working to possess us in plain sight, unnoticed, unnamed? That was the beginning of Wells Without Water. Wells is a literary horror novel set in a housing project in Richmond, Virginia, where a former investigator comes home to find the force destroying his community is not economic. It is spiritual, feeding on their lives for centuries. How does one exorcise an evil possessing an entire community? Sibo Campbell.
Because it makes it so clear that homelessness is more of like a debilitating possession that takes time. That the devil and the evil of the society get to you. Yeah. And you say, fuck it, I'm giving up. You know?
No, and I feel like homeless people, they see things that we don't, because it's like they see society go throughout their day-to-day, and they are basically the third person view.
Yeah, voyeuristically.
Looking at us.
Yeah.
And they truly get to see like how
change.
the world has like become, and you know, they're probably frustrated with it.
Yeah,
which
they're
is
not
why-
distracted with a job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're not worried about, oh, I gotta do laundry. Like, no, they're worried about surviving, but also seeing the world in like for how it truly is,
Yeah.
which can be, which can take a toll on their mental health and like really show how insane one can turn after looking at something like that.
Definitely, and it's insane how we stay sane
Mm-hmm.
through the turmoil of our everyday.
But it's like that's how they want us to be, you know?
Yeah.
They want us to be distracted by the smallest things. That way we don't look at the bigger picture.
I mean, look at they built the whole amusement park in the center of the city to distract people and make profit and empty the wallets of everyone else. What I really found fascinating was that every character, even the adult characters, were just hurt children running around in this metal concrete playground, making it feel like, oh, who's the big boy, who's got the biggest dick and swinging it around, and the one who had the biggest dick were the little ones, you know, black and white, because they understood that sticking with each other was the best way to go about it, even if they had to split up for the best in the moment, you know, to, you know, make them feel stronger at the end of it.
I think the part that really like broke me down was when I saw the older brother basically trying to let go of his younger brother, because like he saw that he was in pain and he just got out of the hospital, and like he knew that if he were to get his brother back and go back to the way they were living, he would not be living the life that he deserved.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
He deserved to get the proper care that he needed, which is what he was getting at whatever facility he was at with
drawing.
these higher people.
He was able to be a fraction of a child.
Exactly.
With
He
drawing.
was able to be a child. That's how I saw it.
Definitely,
because
that's the
he
way I
was
saw
not
it
being
too.
a child.
With the dude who had the blonde hair, holding him, almost like going around town like a father, like actually
Exactly.
living like a child has to live.
Yeah.
And for him to give that to his brother for that experience.
And that like that killed him inside, because
Yeah.
he needs his brother too.
Yeah.
But like because he wanted to not be selfish and like, you know, let his brother go to give him the life that he deserves in that moment, but knowing that deep down his brother needs him too, probably like really shattered him.
It's to picking the poison.
Yeah.
That poisons you less.
And I feel like this movie really showed that like above all darkness, like love is something that you have to appreciate the most, because when he was going through this whole like awakening with his inner darkness, like he still chose love no matter what. And I feel like that is really important, because we can get so deep in our own thoughts and our own negative ways, and like we can really drown in it sometimes, but we all have to find a reason to kind of like keep having the love within us to not fully go down that route, which I feel like we all could, but we have to choose not to do that.
And it's to find yourself through this type of like gratuitous excursion, to find more of yourself. What really reminded me, another film similar to this, with the crows, with being the negativity, being black, was The Crow with Jet Li, Brandon Lee. You know, this is basically animated The Crow, and I loved it because there was so many resemblance of like anti-hero and trying to clean up the streets of the bad guys and doing it yourself, and even if you get your ass kicked, you still come up on top. And just the techniques that they used in this film for 20 years ago, the 3D to 2D integration and putting them in the scene, the way we would go through the hallway and then turn left and then right, and then because that's just a 3D model.
Are you talking about Backrooms?
No, I'm talking about still the first one.
Oh, okay. Like how they were.
They
oh
would
my
go
gosh,
POV.
the gun scene. The way like, oh my gosh, that was.
The way it was the depth. You found
Oh my
depth
God,
in
yes.
it was just so smooth within the way, because 20 years ago, this is fascinating. I've seen stuff where they try to integrate 3D elements and it looks like shit in new age stuff, but 20 years ago they did it perfectly, and that's why this holds up and it aged like good wine. Review there. Review there. But yeah, and you gave him what we watched. Yes, we watched the Backrooms literally right after. We had to literally get in the car.
Stay tuned for that one.
And drive 30 minutes real fucking fast to get to this Dolby screening of the Backrooms poster there.
Yes.
What you got to say about this?
About Backrooms?
Yeah, what you got to say about this? I'll let you go first.
I thought Backrooms, okay, it made me realize that I may or may not enjoy like scary movies, and I probably should have tapped in a while ago, because I feel like scary movies, they have like, not that they have better storylines, but I think it's more relatable to like the everyday life, and they try to incorporate that before it gets weird. So I feel like this movie made me realize that I should be watching more scary movies.
Yeah, and you should be watching scary movies, because the true horror that we live in
is in the everyday. Yeah.
The horrors that we see on screen and stuff like that, that's just movie magic. Those are just exaggerations of the true horrors we live.
Exactly, like just more amplified.
Yeah, and the amplification, and this is like literally another amplification of horror. This is Wisconsin warehouse horror. Oshkosh horror, like the Midwest scramble, and you feel it to make profit off of like everyone else. And like the dude was worried about his warehouse and, you know, how to make some type of income, so that's why he made his little like Captain commercial, because he wants people coming through the door. It's recession horror. It's
about mental health.
It's about mental health, the understanding of letting go. I do have to say thank you, Skinamarink. If it wasn't for Skinamarink a couple of years ago, we wouldn't have any films like this. Skinamarink fucking changed the game for so many filmmakers to say fuck you to the industry and make whatever the hell they want. And that's what gives people like Kane the opportunity to just go on YouTube, and like Barker, and even like the I don't even know how to say their name, the Filippodi brothers. They're killing it, you know, giving them the opportunity to just say fuck it. So Skinamarink, if it wasn't for you taking a chance on that weird ass movie with that kid just stuck in a house, we wouldn't get films like this, you know. And I'm sure Nancy doesn't know what I'm talking about, but I will show it to her one day and she'll be like, wow, this really is the epitome of what started it all. And I hope she does realize it. Do I enjoy this more than the YouTube saga? No.
Definitely have a preference.
I have a preference. The YouTube saga has vitality, you could feel the source jumping at whatever wanted it to jump at, and here feels rigid and constraintive at points. I do love the dual protagonist. I love having two stories on who we can relate to. Can we relate to the therapist? Can we relate to the Clark? Finding which one of the two the audience can find and hold on to for the most of the story. Do they relate to the situation with his wife? Do they relate to the therapist who's trying to let go of her mother?
But the part that confused me is like, because they never really showed the full story on like what happened between her and her mother, or where they were living at, or like what broke into the room. Like they weren't specific on it. So obviously it made sense when they showed that the house was part of like the back rooms. But I was just trying to gain understanding of how that happened.
Gotcha. I think my understanding was the fact that she was tied so heavily to her stone in the house that her mother built for her, in a way, giving her that space to be herself, while also changing as a woman and a mother.
Dang, okay.
Being overprotective. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think she was tied on the fact of losing the physical space, the physical building, and the memories that were tied with her mother.
Wait, but you're talking about the house that she was living in?
Yeah. When she was little.
Oh, okay, when she was little.
Yeah. Because that's what her back room was. And what the back room for Clark was the warehouse. Him wanting to be an architect, in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe the floor plans that he was writing out in his little desk in his manager's office on the wall were the plans of like how the back rooms were made. The nostalgic core set dressing, from the table usage to the crowning on the walls to the fluorescent lights. Kane, man, you have such an impeccable team with so much research and knowledge of what makes nostalgic horrorcore. That seagull almost made it. That's all I gotta really say. The seagull almost made it, and it's a bummer to see him die.
What do you mean? It was dead since the beginning.
No, but it was really close to the exit, to the fake wall. You know, because we had the beginning found footage of Evan, of the other dude, and he gets taken, but the seagull still stays alive. The seagull's very close to finding his way out. I felt really bad, but
for the
seagull, he had no. And that's where I'm like, do animals go into this? You know, this is just life.
Any type of life.
Any type of life.
I mean, you saw how the fly went in there.
The fly went in, and so the fly has no clue what he just got into, and he will die there.
But my thing is, like, do they like? What was the creature that was haunting them? Because at first I thought it was like this black Slenderman figure, but then it turned into like the pirate, and then I'm like, do they just morph into like different bodies and then kind of like?
I think it does. I think like there's this morphing of the misremembrance of something that is haunting them. I think what was haunting him maybe was the fact that he dressed up as like a pirate, and he embarrassed himself, and they recorded it, and he didn't know if it was going to be recorded, so that was his horror. And maybe for the very beginning, also you saw the YouTube short, their very first YouTube short, so you saw the figure, the black figure, so you automatically had an idea that there was going to be a black figure, just like a sticky, creepy crawly. And that's what I thought first too. But Kane also adding, and the writer, I'm not sure who it was, named there, putting our own memories into this film is really interesting. And the idea of misremembering something and remembrance as a whole.
Yeah.
Pixel perfect. If you're missing inventory in your warehouse, just know where it's going somewhere. It's going somewhere. I do have to say the clipping through the wall looked kind of funny. It looked a little cheap at times. But there's levels. There's levels, and I love how Kane was able to display the levels. It wasn't just the yellow room. There's more to it. There's the white rooms, there's the bathrooms, there's the movie theaters, there's the levels that the Reddit community has built. Environmental storytelling is on a whole new level. Why is the sandals there? What's up with the Christmas tree? We want to know more.
Low key, like, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, if it wasn't like for some random creature chasing me down and it being super duper creepy. I would love to explore a place like that and like find different rooms and what it means. Like when I saw the sandals and stuff and like the leaves, I'm like, kind of feels like a little mystery to solve.
And that's what it is. It's this mysteries to solve, but to it also like Slenderman, you know. This also gives the idea of collect the pages and something's chasing you at all times. Is it new?
What do you mean?
That concept? I mean, it's been done since Freddy Krueger and like Friday the 13th with Michael Myers. You know, there's the killer that's chasing. It's a chase movie at the end of it.
It is, yeah.
And so it's like, for me, it's formulaic, and so it felt beat by beat at times. But I loved its broken liminality.
Yeah. I think it for sure wasn't. It didn't leave me like traumatized. It didn't leave me like, oh my gosh, I am so tensed up. Like, it made me itchy at first, but it wasn't like the movie Obsession where like it kind of left me like, whoa, like my body really felt this movie.
And it's a good comparison. It's a good comparison because these are multi-corporate level movies coming from production companies that are like making millions, you know, and you can compare. You should be able to compare these two if they're coming around the same date. So yeah, this definitely speaks on the fact of our 21st century nostalgia riddled brain, how we also want to not let go of this past, this past that has been gone and is diminished. You saw how blue the sky looked in this film. We don't have that.
No.
Our sky is gray or yellow. We don't have the blue that resonates in our life no more.
Oh my gosh, ever since I told you the sky is not blue.
It's not. And like, it's crazy. I did like the homage of, I don't know if Kane, this was an homage of how you said what broke through her door. I felt that was an homage to Pedro Costa, how his reality of horror is that they destroy and have this erasure of history, of your history, of what you lived through the buildings and the walls that you were born into. So I don't know if Kane knows game and knows Pedro Costa, then this is why I'm giving it my 90. But it's just of what we had. Of what we had. Of what we are and what we had. Damn, I really wrote a lot.
You did.
I wrote a lot. I was writing crazy. Is this just an MK Ultra experiment? Is what we live in? Is an MK Ultra experiment? 20 years old. Kane, you're really killing it. The YouTube pipeline is necessary at this point. You're breaking the film industry, and as it should. Mark DeLupus, what you said here, and also seeing your face on the screen is really brilliant. So what you have to say here is meaningful. Playing the video there.
What's up, everybody? I just want to take a moment to celebrate the glimmer of hope that Obsession and Backrooms are bringing to our industry. And I don't want to overstate it. I know how complicated and dire things can be. But this is cool. We now know we have the democratized access to technology. We've been wondering where to put these things because the distribution system is so fractured. But we've got an example of creators woodshedding things, putting them online, building an audience. And now the people with the purse strings are going to notice probably a little bit sooner because they see what they can do at the box office, you know, in the form of these two films that are overperforming. So it helps to double down on what I've always believed in, which is we should be woodshedding at home with our friends. We should be using the tools that we have available to us, our iPhones and Blender, and swing the sword that's in your hand, make your stuff, and when it's really good, start putting it out there. And there's a path.
I'm a little bit bummed that you did not use the caregiver potential, you know, and we just have to stop seeing our memory and our remembrance with rose-tinted glasses, because every day is a better opportunity, even if it feels like we're dealing with the horrors
of our past.
Of our pasts.
Yeah, it talks a lot about that, like the horrors of the past and stuff.
Yeah, and like I think letting go is getting to the point where you have to scalp your ex-wife and the memory of your ex-wife. Just scalp that. Get that shit out of there. Because it's not necessary. Modulate what you thought about what that person to make yourself feel better, even if it's like just unrealistic.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at that point, I mean, we're all told like forgive and let go, but maybe you should, because
Yeah,
it'll haunt you if you don't actually let it go.
it'll haunt you because you start to like modulate it to a different viewpoint, but you just gotta like literally kill it. Kill it.
Kill the memory.
Or if you don't, it turns into like what you said about furniture. How at the end of it is we become a habitual partner in a habitual relationship and a habitual love that really turns into just usage of one person or usage. So Kane, you have topics here and motifs that are remarkable for a 20-year-old to be speaking about. And I saw your production list is huge on Letterboxd. So I'm like ghost writer, ghost producer, ghost filmmaker, but I can't really say anything of those allegations that someone else made this movie. For what I seen, you were prepared. You had the years of experience making your own YouTube film. So just like, it's inspiring work, Kane. White boy got game. You got anything to say, baby?
No, I just kind of realized that we're almost getting close to the house, and I miss my dog.
I miss Zuko. Like, subscribe, comment down your dog's name.
It was nice talking with y'all again. Until next time.
Until next time. Have a good rest of your night.
So, a lot of takes going around right now about whether Kane Parsons, at the tender age of 19, actually directed The Backrooms, or whether it was more ghost directed by one of his more experienced producers. I was there. I suspect one of the reasons I was hired is because I mentor a lot of young filmmakers, and they may have thought it'd be good to have someone there who's sensitive to that, and I was prepared to help out. And what happened was, he didn't need any of us. He was intensely prepared. He spent the last 5 years of his life building out one of the most detailed mythologies I've ever been a part of. Worked incredibly closely with his crew, particularly his DP and shot design, and was very sensitive and calm and smart in dealing with actors. So for those of you who have all these thoughts, were you there?